What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I have more of a discussion video for you guys. I wanted to hear what you guys have to say about this topic, so make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. But in today's video I wanted to focus on Jalen Green, and more specifically the question of, is Jalen Green a generational talent? I think that Jalen Green is, really talented. I think he's got a ton of upside, but is he really truly a generational player, someone who can be, the best player on a championship level team? That's kind of the question I have, and I want to leave, you guys to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So I asked the question, is Jalen Green generational? Because I'm not really sure who necessarily Jalen Green compares to in the league right now. I think that when Jalen Green, gets into the league here his rookie year, I think he's the type of player who could easily average 20 points a game as a rookie. And then after that, I think you could almost pencil him in for 25 plus points per game throughout the rest of his career. I think he's easily the type of player who could lead the league in scoring, multiple times throughout his career. I don't think that's really a question. Jalen Green can score the ball with the best of them. He's got, the athletic ability to do it, and he's got, the skills to go along with it. And so I don't think scoring the ball is really a question for Jalen. I think, in terms of role, not necessarily, play style, because I think they play a little different. But in terms of role, I think he could be someone like Bradley Beal. The only, thing with Bradley Beal is if that's kind of the role he plays, and if that's, somewhere, kind of in the range of players that he could be, Bradley Beal is probably closer to number 20 in the league than he is, number 10 in the league in terms of, where he ranks in terms of players. And when you have, a top 3 pick and you're deciding between someone like, Evan Mobley and Jalen Green, well, Evan Mobley, I think, compares well to Anthony Davis. I think he's got that type of potential, and that's, potential top 5, player in the league, potential with Evan Mobley. Now, obviously, a lot would have to go right for that. I think there's questions on, Evan Mobley's work ethic or how much he loves basketball, and so you got to answer those questions if you're the Houston Rockets. But does Jalen Green have, top 5 player in the league potential? Can he be, a top player on a championship level team? Because obviously someone like Bradley Beal, we've seen throughout his career, he can't be. He's barely getting, teams to the playoffs. I think another player who, is also a scorer who, we've had these questions about is someone like Zach LaVine. I think, obviously the athleticism is very similar for Zach LaVine and Jalen Green. The scoring ability, Zach LaVine can score the ball with the best of them. He just hasn't, been a winning player throughout his career. Now, obviously you need teammates, you need the right situation, but what's the difference right now between Zach LaVine and Jalen Green? Like I said, both are top tier athletes. Both are, top tier scorers in the league, or I think Jalen Green can be on that level. But why doesn't it translate to wins? Or, can Zach LaVine be the best player on a championship team? No. And so I guess that's kind of my question is, if, Jalen Green compares to these, players like Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine, etc., what makes him different? What gives Jalen Green a higher ceiling than those players where he could potentially be, a top 5 player in the league, a championship level, number 1 on a team? I'm not really sure. And that's kind of why I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. I want to hear what separates Jalen Green from those type of players. Now, I definitely don't want this to come across as if I'm like hating on Jalen Green, because I'm someone who, used to be an Evan Mobley guy going number 2. Now I'm Jalen Green just because, like I said, there's questions about Evan Mobley and his work ethic and, how much does he really want to play basketball. Well, there's none of those questions with Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green is the type of player who is going to work on his game. I think he wants to be great. I think that he's going to expand his game and, get to, a high level in the NBA. Like I said, I just kind of question, what separates him from those other players I listed, like, Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine. He's got those, characteristics to him. What is he going to add, or what would he need to add to make him, better than those guys? Because obviously, like I said, when you're picking that high, you want that player to be, a number 1 on a championship team or have that potential. And I'm just not sure if it's there with Jalen Green. Now, would I take him number 2? Yes, because I like him, more than, the other players in this, draft class. Now, where I would really like to see Jalen Green go is Toronto. I think Toronto would be an excellent fit for him. They already have, you know, a playoff level roster. They just had a weird year with COVID and, you know, being down in Tampa, things like that. And so I think they have a roster that's, you know, made to win now. And I think that Jalen Green can, you know, give them that scoring punch, that number one potential scoring option that they need. And I think that would be, you know, the best fit for him. Now, does he fall to number 4 in the draft? I don't think there's any chance of that happening. But I do think that, you know, if there was a best case scenario for Jalen Green, it would actually be falling to Toronto and developing them with them. And so I would like to see that happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But like I said, I'm not trying to hate on Jalen Green. I have him going number 2 in my mock draft, and I would probably take him number 2, you know, overall if I had that pick as well. So it's not like I have anything against him. I just want to know, who does he compare to? What separates him from players like Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, in terms of winning, you know, or at least making winning plays? What makes him different from those guys? And like I said, who does he compare to? Because like I said, I've heard it, you know, all over the map. I've heard people talk about, you know, potentially Kobe Bryant, you know, as that being a comparison. And I just think that's so much to ask of, you know, a young player who's only, you know, 18 years old. I think it's hard to, you know, say you're going to be the next Kobe. I don't think that's fair to him. But, you know, are there similarities there? Yeah, they're both, you know, 6'5", 6'6". Jalen Green will put on, you know, some weight and can score the ball with the best of them. Kobe was athletic like that too. So I do think there's, you know, comparisons like that, and there's similarities at least there. But, you know, I think it's a lot to ask for a guy to get, you know, to Kobe Bryant levels. Like I said, I think he compares more to, in terms of role, to a Bradley Beal, and I think that in terms of physical characteristics, I think he's got a lot of Zach LaVine to him. But again, what is going to separate him from those guys? What's going to make him, you know, a winning player and potentially a number 1 on a championship level team? Is it him, or is it, you know, the players around him just have to be, you know, to that level as well? Obviously, I just think there's, you know, some questions there. And I know Jalen Green has a huge, you know, following on YouTube, and so I know there'll be people, you know, letting me know what they think. And that's, you know, the point of this video, is I wanted to hear what you guys have to say. So make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.